But I think the UFC is hurting themselves.
That's what they wanted.
That's like one of the best points, Frank, that people don't understand. The machine is always trying to make sure that the brand is always bigger, just like WWE. No star can be bigger than the platform.
And that was one of my mistakes. Is I'm very outgoing. I'm very truthful when I talk, and I said that one day I'll be bigger than the UFC. That's when they smashed me.
Yeah. Oh, bro, I'm gonna have to say this. Tito was the first poster boy. When I moved to Huntington Beach to train, he was the only fighter, because I didn't watch the sport. I wasn't a fan of the sport when I got in it. I didn't know anything about it. And then people was like, there go Tito Ortiz. When I was working at this, I was working at the Majestic Comfort Club, bro. We talked about this before. And I saw his head first, big ass. That's Tito Ortiz right there. I was like, who's Tito Ortiz? How you an MMA fighter, you don't know who Tito Ortiz is? He's the biggest star in MMA. Then after that, I looked him up, and then years later, I come to train with him anyway. And then, but Tito was the first poster boy in my era. And also, I think he's the reason why the UFC don't want people to get big now.
No.
They learn.
And to me, it was never personal about them. It was about my window of opportunity is only so big. I'm only going to be able to compete. I was looking to compete for 25 years. 10 years at the best, at my toppest level. And yeah, I'm going to make a few million when they're making hundreds of millions. To find out later on, it could become 4.5 billion and now 7.7 billion. Us fighters that are former world champions, we shouldn't have to work now because we should have some type of residual money that comes off of the top that takes care of us to making sure that our family has nothing to worry about. I'm a 9-to-5 guy. I own a restaurant. Thankful. I'm very thankful that during my time off the UFC, I went to Iraq for 6 straight years on my own. I was the first UFC fighter to ever do it. Being on a Celebrity Apprentice with Donald Trump. The things that I did on the background to actually build my name, being on MTV back when MTV was big. But I did those extra things because I understood that I had to be a brand. I had to make myself a brand. And for all the time over the last 15 to 20 years of them trying to shut me down and trying to erase me from MMA, and they've done it to Frank. They've done it to Randy Couture. They try to take the champions
nobody till you're
names
erased.
Away,
yeah,
but they're not going to be able to erase champions.
Let's do some math. Let's do some math here. What if the UFC would have given all the Hall of Famers at least 1% of the company? Like when they
that
made,
1% would be worth like 40 or 60 million. They sold for like 3 billion.
So each person in the Hall of Fame, what if they gave everybody was?
Well, they could give you like Class B or Class C shares.
So I don't understand that. So what if they just gave each?
Really, if there was anything there, I don't even know how to say this the right way, but as a businessman, I would think that there would be some sort of fighters union. Not like the one where everybody goes on strike.
No, but that
pays for you guys.
Popular, like the people that's
that would be equity in the brand. That would be equity in the brand.
So what if they did? What if they just did that? Would that be like?
Yeah, it'd be worth.
Would it be
hundreds and hundreds of millions?
15 to 20 million.
Yeah, it'd be like hundreds of millions
per person.
No, way more than that. They sold for 3 billion. So
I know.
Do the math. 1% of 3 billion.
7 billion.
Yeah, 3 billion.
4.5 billion. They sold it for the first time.
Right.
Yeah. Then they just sold it. They sold their rights,
streaming rights
for what,
to
9
Paramount.
years?
For
5 years.
Yeah.
Paramount for 5 years for 7.7 billion.
So what if each Hall of Famer got at least 1%?
How about 0.5%?
Yeah,
0.5%.
But what about just what about just a salary or a retainer? Or money
salary would be great. We didn't have to worry about paying our
I think
state tax.
something that would be amazing is all the Hall of Famers always get to sit right there, cage side, and then you guys all get put on a retainer to go talk about the event, talk about the fighters that are going on, and everybody get their health insurance paid for, and everybody gets taken care of, and you guys do tours together. The sport would be 10 times bigger because everybody loves the stars like Hamza and Arman. These guys are like blowing up the sport, but they love hearing from guys like Frank and yourself and Rampage. So like if you mix the two, there's a world like, look at what the WWE does in their storylines. Every once in a while they bring back a Ric Flair, they pay him, but Ric Flair's on salary for, I'm just gonna throw out some numbers, these are fake numbers, but let's say $1 million a year. So they know they can get him for 2 events a year, plus they have their merchandise still. So they keep his name relevant, they give him money, and then he makes money outside of the WWE because his name's still so popular because the WWE is promoting him. If there was something like that, all the fighters would elevate each other. You would still be interacting with guys like Khamzat Chimaev during fight camps and for media.
And I think that would be huge too, because then the fans of old would still be paying attention to the newer fighters, because now they really don't pay attention to the newer fighters.
It's a good culture blend.
Yes.
Yeah, the attrition fan rate is so quick.
That's just my personal
opinion.
opinion.
All the time, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I watched you for a couple of years. Someone I really liked, and now I have no idea what's going on." And da 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 da.